In this short demonstration, we're going to use MyCUID in a contact center situation. We are going to have the member support rep deal with a call. So as a member phones into the contact center, typically they've already been dealing with another member. In this particular case, we have a call coming in from a Mr. Bond. The system automatically recognizes through phone numbers and various different other ways as they dial in. In this case, we typically go through the regular process of verifying it is actually Mr. Bond with date of birth, street they were born on, first public school they attended, all these questions, maybe even 4 or 5 of the last transactions. After we do this, we say to Mr. Bond, listen, we know that process is kind of painful. We do it to protect you. We do it to protect the credit union. But we're working on something new that's a lot faster, it's a lot simpler, and it's far more secure. So next time when you call, if we want to do this, we can get talking to you within seconds and know for sure that it is you. Are you interested in this? Mr. Bond, of course, says yes. At which point what we do is we send out, just press enroll. What the system does then is going to send a text message to Mr. Bond's phone. Again, the phone number came from the core, so we know that that is Mr. Bond. We've got a text message here. The app makes me log in using biometrics, asks me to connect to the credit union. I connect. Again, confirm that with biometrics. But now that we have a connection, what the credit union does is assembles a small amount of information and creates what's called a credential. The credential is sent across this private, this secure channel. This credential is then going to be used later. The idea of this is that the member has to prove that they control and hold this credential, so that basically we know that it is that member and they still have the device that they were using when they received it. Now that Mr. Bond is enrolled, we can test the connection, or next time he phones in, we can simply say, Mr. Bond, just check it is you. We press the authenticate button. What that does is uses this private channel that was sent. It was created for us. We basically do a quick authentication. If the app is not open, they'll have to do a biometric to unlock it. And that is sent back up. And this is taking about between 7 to 10 seconds right now. We're going to be getting that down this quarter to well under 5 seconds with a goal of being less than 2 seconds. That's the quick demonstration. Let me jump in quickly to tell you what it is that you just saw. So what we used was our CULedger Identity API. This is we've been working with a few QSOs, a few vendors, and a few credit unions on this, and they've received our Docker container. The API is dead simple. It's intended to be very, very quick. Has only 2 things in it, other than some configuration and some sort of monitoring calls. But the real main 2 calls are onboard. This is where we take the data from the core, build it up as just a little JSON package, creates a credential from that. That credential is then, there's a connection established with the member. That credential is signed by the credit union. It's sent across a secure channel, which is unique to the credit union and the member. Both endpoints are private in that case. That credential is then held in their wallet. You saw the wallet that's Connect Me from Evernin. That's our digital wallet we're using right now. And the authentication does something special there. What it does is it makes sure that that device is the device that the credential was loaded to, because it's tied into the trusted execution environment of the device itself, whether that's iOS or Android. And they have to biometrically indicate that they do control the phone at that point in time as well. One point of clarity is that yes, our solution is blockchain based, but the only information on the blockchain relates to what's called a public decentralized identifier for the credit union. That's where the application reaches back to when it starts, and it says, hi, I was told to come here and hand in this token. That token represents in our demonstration Mr. Bond. That token is then used to create a starting point as a brand new private decentralized identifier on the credit union side. The member also creates a private decentralized identifier. All of that is off-chain. It's not on the ledger. It is unique and stored for the credit union in the credit union's database. Everything else in that whole solution, other than the public identifier, is completely private. If you have any questions at all or want to learn some more, just head on over to CULedger.com. There's a recording of a live demonstration with more marketing materials and more discussion and more business side. There's a lot more information there. Just head on over. Thanks.